All right, well, we're thrilled to be here in Cannes with Bonekeeper, which is my 12th feature film as director. I'm Howard J. Ford. It's taken me all around the world, and here we are back to Cannes with feature film number 12, and the stars of the movie: Sarah Alexandra Marks, Louis James, Tiffany Hannam-Daniels, and we also have our superstar John Rhys Davies, who's not here with us in Cannes, but he's been in Lord of the Rings and all of the Indiana Jones movies, and we're here to promote Bonekeeper. So Bonekeeper takes place in caves. Basically, it's a creature movie. It's my first creature feature horror movie as a director. I've done other types of horrors. And basically, it is a mythical legend called the Bonekeeper, which has been on Earth since a meteorite landed and this weird creature crawled into a cave. And over the years, this Bonekeeper has been causing people to disappear, and everyone who goes down the cave, they basically never come out. So of course, people are going to go down the cave because actually Olivia's, do you come out? Not many. Olivia's mother is missing because her grandfather went down there with a Super 8 camera, took footage of this and captured footage of a creature. So that's where the story begins. And these are the stars of the movie. So we should hear from Sarah Alexandra Marks, who plays Olivia.
Yes, I play Olivia. So my character is really on a journey throughout the movie to find her mother, and she rallies together all of her close friends, to take them on this journey hunting for her mum, which is quite treacherous. And I won't give anything away about who survives or who doesn't, but she goes on quite the journey, and it's not an easy one. I'll leave it there.
It's her bestie Anabelle, Tiffany, who gets the group together, prior to the film, and gets an unlikely group of perhaps ex-friends and cheeky boys like Ethan.
Lots of different characters.
It's a character.
Yes.
No, you're right. Tiffany's character Anabelle does a great job. She bands together with friends. And they go to help Olivia. But there's something lurking deep in those caves. John Rhys Davies does warn us, and you should listen. I mean, this is Gimli from Lord of the Rings. This is Salah from Indiana Jones. And we still don't heed his warning.
They still go down there.
But that's the desperation for Olivia's character, is to find her mum. That's why we don't listen.
And why we do that. We all love your character so much that we wanted to help you because you're so stressed.
Yes. Yeah, the stakes are high, and there's a lot of meaning there.
Yeah, because there's emotional struggle at the same time as, a real life physical struggle. Tentacles are coming out from places, and there's things creaking in the dark, and there's things dripping, and filming in the caves is really a once in a lifetime experience. Very treacherous. I think the audience is going to feel that and see that. You can see the smoke coming from our breaths down there, and you can hear us almost and see us almost slipping each time we make a move. So it's authentic.
And it was a real cave, not like other
caves.
Yes. We went to caves.
Yeah, one of my favourite horror movies ever is The Descent, and I'm not ever pretending we can beat The Descent. It's one of the best films ever made. Everyone should watch that movie. It's so good, so good. But I understand we looked into it during pre-production, realising I wonder what cave they used, and then we found out they actually hadn't been down a cave because it was too dangerous to do so. And I was like, oh dear, I'm actually bringing a casting crew down into the cave. So. Yes, there we are. But well done, bravery. There should be a bravery award for Bonekeeper, let alone anything else. So can't wait to share more with the world. But what an experience it was. I mean, I real respect to the cast and crew for actually, because my movies, generally adventures. I like to go. We've already done a movie together in Thailand, and also in the deserts with Escape, River of Blood. River of Blood comes out 1st of August in America, so we're excited about that. So we've already been on these adventures together, and I'm always trying to assemble teams of people who are kind of brave enough to do this kind of thing, but also have the talent to back it up on screen, and they did an incredible job, really. The challenges of being in a cave is even walking, let alone getting to the technical balancing. I'm telling you, it's insanity. But lighting, when I look at it really from and I took on the cinematography this time because I wanted to move quickly. I knew if I took a cinematographer down into that cave, A, they would go home, and B, they'd be like, we need so much light. So we had to really, because what you can't do with an audience, I mean, horror movies have to have darkness and have to have shadows, but people want to see what's going on to a degree. And when you are down in a cave, honestly, if you switch your flashlight off, there is zero. You think you've seen darkness. You're going to use the loo in the middle of the night. No, you haven't seen darkness. In a cave, darkness really exists. There is nothing. So we had to end up finding ways of cheating a bit of lighting so you could see the rocks behind the actors. So those technical challenges, getting the kit down there, getting the people down there, getting them out alive, and actually being able to light the thing. Would you say it was that?
Yes. And it was handy that we were all having torches, because like after we were all lighting each other from like weird angles.
In fact, I would sometimes ask in the middle of a take, could someone turn their light on so and so?
And everybody would do it.
Well,
I think that's why, The Descent is a fantastic movie, but I don't think it has the authenticity this movie has. For that reason, practical lights and finding out a way to, work in those circumstances for real. Just like Tom Cruise does real stunts, we were really in a cave. Really in a cave.
Actually, Louis particularly was kind of nuts, because at some point we had some tentacle thing grabs one of the other actors, Danny, and wraps around his leg, and then you had to kind of jump over, and there was a hole there in the ground. I shouldn't admit this because I'll be struck off by whatever, I don't know, I'll put on a list or something. But dropping this out, we had no idea how deep that thing went. Had you slipped into that might have been barbaric, right? But you still did it. Crazy.
But it's Louis James.
It's Louis James.
It's still worth it.
Yeah.
I think the most important thing to note is when you're working with Howard, as we all have on multiple films, everybody believes in him and gets behind him. So no matter where you go, the jungles of Thailand, the deserts of Fuerteventura, or the caves of Wales, people are behind Howard and they believe in what he's doing. And without him, the whole thing wouldn't have been possible.
So I appreciate it. But back at you, honestly, really, I was kind of amazed that people were willing to do it, but to have great friends, great talents come down. I think it's going to give Bonekeeper this unique thing, because it's not just a horror. There's no green screen. We were everywhere. It's all real locations. Absolutely no green screen whatsoever. Yes, we have VFX monsters, but it's all real people, real places. We're going to take you on a journey, a real one.
And we've got John Rhys Davies.
Come on,
it's phenomenal.
He was amazing. We loved John. He was so great.
He loved the script from the get-go. He loves Howard. He was 100% behind the project. He's talking about maybe another one.
Hey, there could be a Bonekeeper too. This is an exclusive.
So don't get behind. Watch this one so you're ahead of the game.
When I first started filmmaking, I started when I was 13 years old with a little Super 8 cine camera, my brother and some friends as actors. I actually never even considered film as a career. It never even registered that I could do it as a job, or that it even was a job, or that I even earn any money out of it. It was just a thing I wanted to do. So I came to it from a point of passion. But perhaps I see myself in a way as a sort of storyteller. I think if I wasn't making movies, I don't know, I feel like I'd be like on the front of a ship discovering new lands, but hey, Columbus and co have already done all that, so I can't really do that. I just feel myself as a storyteller, and I think of the days when we were, I don't know, cavemen around the campfire, maybe there were stories told or drawn or whatever, and I see my responsibility is just to try and tell compelling stories and give people a little bit of an experience. It's evolved in the technology. The technology's got nuts now. It's going more nuts in the last year, and I'm telling you, this AI thing, it's coming for everyone, whether you like it or not. So we've got to embrace all these new things that come along. We've got to find ways of working with them. And I think that's the way people will survive.
Ethan has got this bravado, and he's out there, leading the way, trying to protect the girls and all this, but then when he's alone, he has moments of vulnerability. And Howard graciously gave me that time to explore that in scenes where I make telephone calls back to base, back to John, and other things. It gives the audience a chance to see that, as humans, we have that dual nature. We're out there doing one thing through action, which is important in life, but we're also human, and we have vulnerabilities and fears. So for me, it was very exciting to get to explore that in the cave system, especially because there are times for real when I was a little bit scared, but I couldn't show that to Howard, couldn't show that to the team, so I kind of used that in Ethan's character, and really got to explore it. So for me, that was one of the main things.
Yes, I actually echo that, because Olivia, she's actually quite timid and quite quiet, so that's why her friend Anabelle has really got everyone together for her to go and find her mother. But she has to get some strength, in those caves, because it's scary, and the meaning of finding her mother is everything to her. But so she's having to overcome that fear of the situation. And for me, actually, as Sarah, it was very scary as well. Every time I was going in the caves, I was praying, please, God, let us make it out of these caves. Like, let everyone be safe, and let us get home tonight and have a meal, and we'll laugh and we'll talk about it, and it'll be amazing. So thankfully, like, thank God, we keep everyone safe. But I was really nervous. I didn't want to also let Howard know, or Olivia, or anyone
I
actually.
kind of knew. Most of my films are like, please God, can we make it out? You know. But this is the thing about what I want to say: is a disaster survived is an adventure.
Absolutely.
And that is the thing we can take through life, right? The disaster survived is an adventure. I do like to have a little bit of chaos and all of that stuff and a bit of uncertainty, but you know, it's like a chef with ingredients. We don't really know. Is this spice going to work? Is that going to work? Get it in the pan, work it. You know, get all these things together. You know, control chaos.
It's good to do things that you fear. Also, it gives you growth and potential in life. You know, you're just you're staying inside all the time and you never do anything. Where's the adventure in life? You're not living. So it's always good to be
Anabelle
pushed.
had to go through a lot too.
I love, I echo what you guys say as well, but I actually also love the fact that it teaches you about friendship. So, especially as girls, I think it's nice to show a really strong female friendship. And there's no romance in the film or anything like that. It's all about friendship and the dynamic between everyone. Like, our characters are really close, and we clearly all have a very close relationship with each other, but it's different. Like, our relationship with your character is very like banter. Does that make sense? And I think it's really nice to show that and have a movie where it's just a group of friends doing something for one another they really love. And it's a movie about friendship.
And also there's ultimate sacrifice
Yeah,
as well.
I love all my friends. I don't know if I would do the things that our characters did for your character. I'd like to think I would. I don't know if I would necessarily risk my life to the extent that our
risked it for the film.
It's kind of did it.
Yeah. But I just like that it's a movie about friendship.
Yeah, it's a nice group. It didn't need all the romance stuff and everything else. We were very blessed, honestly, to have John Rhys Davies, who I worked on a champagne commercial he was the star of some years before. So I'd worked with him in a totally different way. And we got on at the time, and it was just such a coup to get him into this film. There was a while I thought we were trying to get him, and I thought, well, I'm not sure we're going to get him. And then when he did come on board and he came in, his gravitas is just incredible. It just brings a stamp on Bonekeeper that we couldn't have wished for anything better. So Bonekeeper right now, we finished shooting a week ago. The premiere is just now showing in Cannes. Distributors are being shown it. It's going to be another sort of probably 8 or 9 months till it comes out. In the meantime, we've got River of Blood starring these wonderful actors as well. And just thanks for all who watch my movies. You know, I've made 12 feature films now. I could not do it without the audience. So everyone who watches one of my films, I'm really grateful for.